Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for you, baby. My body is ready. My body is ready, baby. Do it.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Strobing Butt Plug. I am your host, Ariana, and this is the Missy, and this is the Ronald.
My body is still ready.
And I just realized that I have a can of dust crap.
Oh.
And that's the can of duster right there.
I thought you were going to say I have a dick in the window.
How about that?
I was looking. I was like, oh.
Damn it, that's what should be there.
Ron's going to get the dick. That'd be really funny if he ran around the corner and put his dick there. I would laugh. It's not that I want to see it, but I would
He
laugh.
was going to put it in there.
He's going to put your dick.
Just brought it in here.
He's going to put your dick in its place.
Put my dick in his place.
That's
better.
Don't, what the fuck would you do the suction cup? They just put a suction. No.
That works.
That's alright. I guess.
Whatever. It needs a pedestal, apparently.
That's right.
Get like
You put your dick up on a pedestal.
Yeah, I could get like a candle holder, like one of those like pedestal candle holders to sit it on.
That would be hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
Putting Ariana's dick up on a pedestal.
Yes, balls out front and center.
Balls
right.
out. All right, so today we're going to be drinking beer because this is a podcast about craft beer, obviously.
Absolutely.
Today on the Strobing Butt Plug, we're going to drink.
A dick next to my head.
Yeah. He's staring
That's
at
not
it.
what the beer's called.
The dick next to my head.
We're going to drink Radio Vision by Warped Wing, which is a hazy IPA. Ta-da!
I like the can.
The can is pretty
It is cool. It looks like static, like the porn channel scrambled.
Oh yeah, like when we were kids and like
yeah,
midnight or whatever.
That's right.
Time it was that everything went off.
They should have named that scrambled porn channel. That's what it should be named.
It should be.
I need to write Warped Wing and tell them that.
Should.
They have to be more, like a little more PG, so scrambled late night cable. Or scrambled TV. Probably just scrambled TV.
Scrambled late night cable would be awesome.
Scrambled Skinamax.
Or just Skinamax.
Okay, so we're also going to drink some shit by Platform.
Shit.
Oh. We got Platform Yummy Yummy,
Ooh.
a sweet potato ale, and Platform Dirty Chai Yummy, ale with sweet potato plus natural flavors. And we will say the flavors when we drink.
I hope those are really good because I love Platform. One of my favorites.
I haven't tried this one, but I've tried this one. And it was damn good.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's start with this one because it's not going to be as good.
Let's start with this one because it's not going to be as good.
Start with this one, it's going to suck.
The Warped Wing Radio Vision. Is this the one? Oh, it's 6% alcohol. Okay.
And it's a hazy.
Hazy IPA.
Hazy IPA.
I saw that on the can.
Okay. Here we go.
That's why it's not going to be as good.
Here goes nothing, guys.
Bloop.
It looks like... No, it's not too bad. It's coming up.
You want some hair in your drink?
So I watched this guy pour a beer. He was a bartender. He's like, you newbie bartenders pouring a beer like this. So when you're pouring it down the side of the glass so it doesn't foam up a lot. I guess that's the wrong way to do it because once it's in your stomach, it
He talked about making sure when you pour it, you've got lots of extra head. I've seen that video too.
Because when it's in your stomach and there's not a lot of foam, it foams up in your stomach and makes you bloated. But if you dump it in and it foams up and hits the...
It'll wind up being a little flatter, but you have more stomach space to drink more.
Right. Well, you're not going to be all bloated and shit too, so I guess that's supposed to be a good thing.
To boobs.
Smells like an IPA.
Absolutely. To boobs.
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties.
It's
Sweet.
kind of has a... I was going to say, when you poured it, I was thinking either pineapple or papaya for some reason.
Oh, no.
I've still got the taste of that...
Ooh, that's kind of
It's
good.
not bad, yeah.
I still got the taste of that Smartie in my mouth. Reminds me a
It's
little...
a gummy nerd.
Candy.
It's got radio waves of Citra, Mosaic, Cascade, and Bravo hops. transmit you to a hazy place filled with juicy tropical flavors. So you're probably right. It's probably pineapple.
I like it.
Say.
It's a nice sweet one.
Beer that makes your cum taste good.
Reminds me of a sweet version of the Rat Fest Sucks beer.
Didn't try that.
Yeah, I don't think I had that one either. What did I have?
Which that was just
something hugs.
I'd say that was just a Goose Island
Beer
IPA.
hugs,
So
maybe? I don't know. Beer hugs. Not too shabby.
I like it for an IPA.
yeah.
I don't have a lot to talk about this week. How about you guys? I didn't really do a whole lot this weekend.
So I had something funny I've been dying to talk about because it was just really
Nice.
funny. I almost forgot too. So I'm sitting there. I took last week. I took Logan to Jake's game. So going to go to Jake's football game. I'm like, hey Logan, will you go with me? He's like, why? I was like, well, I hate sitting by myself. I want to have some company. He's like, oh, okay, I guess. As soon as we get there, he bolts. I'm like, son of a bitch.
So, do you have a girl?
No, he just goes and goofs off with his friends. And of course they got really smeared. So about right at the fourth quarter, I was like, this game fucking sucks. They're not coming back at all. The plays are crap. Like they weren't even making good plays, like to where I didn't really care to watch because I knew Jake wasn't gonna be making any good plays. So I'm texting Logan, I'm like, hey man, about ready to leave. He's like, yeah, let's go, So we meet up, and on our way out, he's like, man, so he's always talking about what him and his friends do. They're doing something funny. He's really excited. He's like, me and my friends, we were doing this. We were going up to people's mouths and going, shh. Except for I had nacho cheese on my fingers.
No doubt in my mind that's your kid.
100%.
And I'm dying laughing.
0% chance you cheated on Larry with the mailman on that one.
I was like, that is something I would have done.
Yep, sure is.
And he's talking about doing it. He's just like, I was like, I hope you weren't doing that. I was like, were you doing this to your friends? And he's like, well, kind of. Me and my friends are doing this to people we talk to. So they're not even really friends. They're just some people.
Just randos. They're just going up and just going.
It was people that he, got along with. They, they kind of, knew each other and whatever. And he's like, I did it to my teacher too. He's like, but I got this close to him. I'm like, don't do it to a teacher. He's like, so I might get a talking to on Monday. He didn't come back saying he got a talking to or anything. He was like, he said that the teacher backed off and was like, dude, don't be doing that, And I was like, well, understandable. Teacher's not going to win. But he was inches away from his teacher. I really wish, I was going to say, had he done that to a teacher and I could choose a teacher. See, Rusty Hutchinson is his teacher, his math teacher. And, but he also, so Rusty does he's usually doing the mic box for the sports. So Logan wouldn't have been in there. But it would have been really funny had he done that because he'd probably be like, I'm going to tell your mom, 'cause he's really outspoken now.
Really? No
Rusty
way.
is.
No
Yeah,
way.
he is
I cannot
very.
picture that because he was always so quiet.
Right, I guess
But then again, look at me.
Right. Well, he got really, I think he got really outspoken, or our senior year. I remember Erica saying something about that because she said everybody left and went to the CTC. She's like, I don't have any friends. It's I had to make friends with all the people I grew up not liking or just the people I never really talked to. And when she made friends with him, he made friends, there was just less people, so he was more outspoken, and he's really outspoken.
Interesting.
And I guess he's really likable because when Jake last year in math, he was really mad. He was like, because then they switched math teachers. He's like, I was supposed to have Hutch, and I don't get to have him. That's what they call him, Hutch. It was pretty cool.
I never had an issue with him. He
Nope.
was quiet.
Right.
So
I
really...
rarely talk to him.
Yeah.
The one thing that I can always say I remember, and it always comes up whenever I see him, was the time that we were all in the gym after lunch. And so he was on the bottom bleacher, and Andy Davison was on the bottom bleacher. And we had a substitute teacher that was standing there where they normally stand, and it was Mr. Conrad. But Andy called, he was yelled out, he's like, hey, Mr. Gonad! And then he came over and just fucking snatched Rusty up, thought it was him, smacked him, and drug him up to the office. I was like, everybody was like, what the fuck? And then I talked to him after that. He was he just basically, he fucking hated that teacher. That guy got fired, he's not going to Franklin Monroe anymore after that happened. And I ran into Rusty a long time ago. And he's and we talked about that, and he goes, you know what I heard a couple years ago? That he died, and I'm glad. He was so glad. Fucking dude abused him, and he was a good kid.
Yeah,
like nobody would have ever.
For some reason, that like vaguely sounds familiar. Like I think
I remember we were sitting. I remember. I mean, you were there.
I'm sure I was. Dude, I don't remember high school hardly at all.
What? There's a lot of things that I don't
I'm
remember.
surprised.
I remember a few things from high school.
Well,
Like,
I have a very good memory, but I think I just blocked a lot of the shit out.
Yeah.
Traumatic events, shit I hate. Like, nope, don't want to remember it.
like the things I remember from high school that still stick with me. There was this teacher, Nate, that went to Eton. He was like social studies or history or some bullshit, named Mr. Richard. And like I remember like I grew my first fucking goatee and beard, and like I like how I look like this. I still got this shit now. And I just remember him going, "What the fuck's that on your face? You look like a rat. Looks like a rat's on your face." He just gave me unending shit about it. And then like 3 months later, I saw him with the same thing. I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he would still give me shit over. It's like, right, you're a fucking asshole. That guy was great because I remember after high school, like I graduated, I'm like, yeah. Was at the mall like 3 or 4 years later. He was working at the jewelry store. Apparently got fired for fucking some like underage girl that that went to the school with me. And getting her pregnant, and he got fired from the school for that. Surprise, surprise.
I hear a lot of teachers do that shit.
I
heard a lot of rumors about certain teachers in our school, like more than one. And I don't know if I believe them all, but...
It's like the stories you hear now about all of like the hot female teachers screwing the students. It's like, nah, in my day, it's always the creepy old dudes screwing the dumbass kissy students.
Yeah, I remember that teacher that we had for like gym class, and he like recorded our like gym
exam.
I
hated that. That was
where he's like, we were trying to do our push-ups to where we were like this way, because he would like record it, but like he made us face the camera, so it's like our shirts would hang down.
Everybody
like
complained about it.
And yeah. I'm like, there's for sure he's like looking down people's shirts.
He was the one that I wouldn't have doubted it. The other teacher that we had that I heard that I doubted it was like, he was a geometry teacher we had.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, yeah.
You had a sister that worked at the school? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I still remember like the 7th grade science teacher in middle school, Mr. Bowers, that poor bastard. He had like absolutely no temperament for teaching like fucking middle schoolers. Middle schoolers are the worst kind of fucking creature in the world, because it's when kids just start to get their fucking hormones and they are just all goddamn insane.
Which is why every like middle school teacher is a fucking asshole.
Probably.
Well, Mr. Bowers was the science teacher, and he was just the fucking biggest wuss bag in the world and had everything like that beaten out of him. And I remember we would have like the classes, and there would be kids that like sneak in, because you know back in those days it was a VCR and a TV. There for a while he would just put on videos and just sit there and lean next to the wall. He would sit there, he had a digital watch, he would tap it, listen to it, see if it was ticking. It was a digital one, never was. He would sit there like doing like deodorant checks, going to make sure his deodorant was still working, trying to be stealthy about it.
That's funny shit.
But like,
I wouldn't do that. I'd be like,
but like, you know, he wouldn't assert no dominance on it. But like, people started bringing in remote controls and like rewinding and fast forwarding the videos in class. He went through everybody's bags and took the remote. So some asshole kid had one of the old school VCR universal remotes.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It was like a VCR one that was like on a wristwatch. I want to get super code from this bitch. And he would sit there and do that shit. They got Mr. Bauer fucking crying multiple times.
That's funny shit.
And it's like, oh dude, don't show weakness to those little bastards. Don't do it at all, you poor fuck.
It's to make a boy teacher cry. That's outrageous. I know. I can't remember if I had a female teacher cry. I could have swore I had a teacher that somebody else had, and they're like, "Oh, we made her cry." And I can't remember who it was that cried. I don't remember.
See, another one of the teachers I remember. God, his last name's gonna fucking escape me right now. He was the fucking keyboard teacher for typing. He was a typing teacher. And they just put in this really nice, brand new computer lab, and he refused to let any of us use it because he kept saying computers are stupid and they're just a fad.
Why would a computer teacher say that?
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. And just remember, like, he had us all put in paper and we're like,
these fads.
It was a fad that was going to go away. Yeah, totally.
I like the fad that went away. It did go away. It turned into cell phones.
Well, there's another word I'd use for that guy, and it doesn't end in a D, it ends in a G, because he was very much in the closet in a time when it was not cool to come out of the closet. But that's neither here nor there.
That's all right.
So
anyway, this beer we just had.
I'd give it a good 4. 4.5.
I would, yeah, definitely a 4.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking delicious, especially
It's
for an
not bad.
IPA.
It was sweet.
For sure.
It was a very sweet
It
IPA.
It had that little bit of a hoppy taste, but it wasn't overpowering or overbearing. It did have that sweetness.
It had 4 different hop varieties in it. We've had some quad IPAs before that did pretty good.
Okay, what'd you say, Missy? 4?
Yeah.
Ronald?
4.
I will give it also a 4.
I know I've had Mosaic hops, probably Citra. Cascade sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever had Bravo hops. But then again, I've never paid that much attention.
I don't know about Bravo.
I don't think I've ever heard that term.
I don't know about Bravo, but the other 3, they put it in pretty much everything. So.
Right. Especially Citra seems to be in a lot. Mosaic is in every fucking thing, is what I've always seen.
I brewed shit with Mosaic. I brought you guys Mosaic just to chew on before.
Yes,
that was
nasty. Absolutely. That's the shit that I'm fucking like. And I've seen Cascade hops in a lot of shit, and I've just avoided it because I'm like, well, this is a fucking another hoppy beer.
We're gonna drink beer number 2.
Number 2!
Also, I got the horns.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to dress up today for the first week of October. Guess who didn't? Unless you want to say...
Scare Bears, come on, man.
Oh,
Scare
there you go.
Bears.
I get it. Because you did say you were wearing that. I just thought you meant you were just wearing that. There you go. And then Ron's dressed up, what'd you call him? A corporate
stooge.
Corporate stooge, dressed up as basically it's what he wore to work.
It's exactly what he wore to work. He had no fucking time to change.
There you go.
So this one is the Yammy Yammy by Platform Beer Company. And it has notes of slightly spiced, warming, and lush.
I'm just thinking, looking at old school Burger King colors.
Yeah, it does.
And it's an orange color. It's a very nice color for fall.
Hell yeah. So I think Ron should have just taken his shirt off and taken his pants off and then sat here in his underwear and called it a costume. I don't know what costume he would have called it. Chewbacca? Oh, that would have been fucking hilarious. If Ariana had a belt or something, a couple belts she could hook together and it could cross over your chest.
Platform.
Yummy.
Yummy, yummy. This is 7.7%.
Oh, yay. Good job, Platform.
What's it say on the can it is? Other than yam?
Huh?
Yam flavor and what?
Yummy, yummy. Sweet potato ale.
Smells good.
I've never had a sweet potato ale, have we?
No.
I don't think so.
I think I almost bought one last time.
Spicy?
Because I feel like it was the, what did I have? The butternut squash, or what? It was a squash one.
Yeah, that one was good.
But it was...
This almost reminds me of a pumpkin ale.
I was going to say, it's the basic white girl ale. But it's... The spicy is the spicy. It's not... the pumpkin has that very strong sweet pumpkin flavor. Usually they do the pumpkin beers. This has that spice. It's going really good.
So, I went out to eat this past weekend with my friends, and they're like family to me pretty much.
Out to eat
Uh-huh.
at the Pink Box.
The Pink Box, that's great.
Anyway, we went to this place. It's like a newer kind of place.
They had clams.
They might have. Anyway, this food was so fucking salty, I could almost not eat it. But I mean, it would have been good if it wasn't this salty. But I ate it, and my stomach started hurting like motherfucker. And I'm sitting there
What did you specifically eat other than my jokes?
I had pickle chips and a chicken sandwich with fries, big.
Just bar food kind of stuff?
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. It was like a fried chicken sandwich, but my stomach was fucking ridiculously hurting. And they're like, "You got shit?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, man. My stomach, I just feel bloated." And then right before we left, they gave us the check or whatever, and
Wait.
that's exactly what happened.
Oh damn!
A part slipped out.
That was magical timing.
And
I like the timing. I'm really scared about this, but
and I'm sitting there, signing my check or whatever, and we're and it's this happened like, I don't know, like a minute before we stood up. And I stood up and both of them went, oh my God. And they started doing this. And there was a dude from work in like the same dining room. We're like the only 2 tables in there. I can't remember what this guy's name is, but he's like sitting across on the other side. And I just like walked away laughing. They were sitting there like, oh my God. I was like, I hope that dude from work saw you guys doing that because I think that's fucking hilarious.
You should have just circled the place, like ran like a sprint.
Just crop dusted.
Just try to bring it with you. Run twice. That way you can run once and drag it along, and then run again so you can push it along.
Run once and then like work another one while you're at it.
It was funny because like I stood up and they're like, oh my God. And then my friend Alan was like, did we just become best friends? I was like, yep.
That's some funny shit.
Let's see, last weekend I like worked and then I worked some more. Yeah.
Nerd.
I mean, pretty much.
Lame.
I did find this awesome New Mexican restaurant in Troy that I forget the name of. It was a run.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to say this awesome New Mexican as if you were like fucking getting ready to say like awesome New Mexican.
I found this awesome New Mexican. His chalupa was muy gigante.
That's funny.
No, I forget the name, but it was like nondescript Mexican restaurant name here, El something or other, because that's how they all are named around here.
El Sombrero.
Something along those lines. It's always something like that. That sounds
They
racist,
have to dumb it down for white people. It's literally what they do. Their menus aren't as authentic, but they're not the Tex-Mex shit.
The food was different for a lot of the Mexican places. There was, I hate to say it, like a lot of white people running it, so I don't know if it was like...
Oh, Jesus.
But the food was fucking excellent. I got this, what the hell was it? Bacon sausage wrap burrito with this like black bean soup that was fucking delicious as shit.
No, black bean soup.
Sounds delicious.
But no, I worked all fucking weekend.
Did you just say delicious as shit?
Delicious as shit, yes.
Wow, she does like our farts.
There you go. Your farts are delicious.
But Friday night, I did something I haven't done in years, which is I stayed at my parents' house because I was doing work for them, and I slept in my old bedroom. That was goddamn weird. I have not done that in probably like 5-6 years.
That would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just strange because it was just like their house is so dark and quiet, and like the heat wasn't turned on. There's nothing back there anymore, pretty much other than a bunch of my mom's junk in the bed, and I'm just like, this is so damn strange. Like I could hear every noise in the house. I'm like, do not like this. I need my own house. I just didn't feel like 2 extra hours to get done what I needed to do.
Isn't that weird? Even though you like grew up there and you like slept there every night, and then you leave, and now it's fucking weird to sleep there.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Like my room is filled with a bunch of like craft shit, like a bunch of shit. And then so when the boys were little, and my mom would watch them, she would let them just go fucking wreak havoc in there. So it's like everything's torn up in that room. It's just like you can't you open the door, it's like a disaster. You just I gotta just shake my head. It's kind of like they just need to fill it with cement.
So then nothing's changed.
But it's like it's pretty much yes, but also at the same time it's just the fucking worst. It's very overwhelming to even look at it because like. Oh, my mom could have some stuff in there that I could like take, and then I could want this, or I could use this, and then like there's a lot of shit that just needs to be thrown the fuck away, and it's like, yeah, I don't even want to go through this shit because it's just like yarn got tangled up where they just fucking strung around the room and she just let them fucking do it, and it's like I don't even know why. And then so my brother's room has 2 beds in it, and I've slept in that room, and it is a little weird.
So my room has the bed. Mom, for some reason, had an immense amount of stuffed animals on it.
That's great.
Like a 3-foot-long stuffed horse that at one point had a Santa Claus that went with it. And just a bunch of weird shit like that. I spent like 10 minutes clearing that crap off.
Moms are weird when there's fucking grandkids involved. They're like, oh, it's going to do this, and they're having this, and there's like all this shit. We can do cute stuff for the grandkids. And there's like all this cute shit all over the fucking place. And then they just don't get rid of it.
Well, it's not even that. Like, there's an exercise bike, some, like, miscellaneous cooking shit, totes and stuff. And I'm just like, huh. What's funny is the other bedroom, the other spare bedroom of the house, is just as packed with shit.
So it's like my parents' house. It's like, like, you guys have too much shit. Like, I'm gonna have to go through that when you guys die, so thank you. I thought about just kind of going through that shit and just taking out little by little, showing up and just taking out, or if they go on vacation, just fucking wipe a room clean. Every time they go on vacation, just wipe a room clean. And then they'll just have their bedroom, a fucking bathroom, and a kitchen, and a living room. And then they'd be like, you know, at one point, they're, I'm gonna go to this. What the fuck happened? What happened? What happened? How long has it been since you've been in those rooms, guys? Yeah, it's exactly what happened. I fucking got rid of this shit. Little by little, so I wouldn't have to scramble to do it when you fucking die. When my grandma died, my dad went through her house, and she had a one-story house that was like half the size of my house, my parents' house. And he was just like, why, Mom? Why did you do this to me? And he's like, all like, fuck, you know, oh, what are you guys doing to me? You're doing it twice as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Some like crazy hoarder level shit.
Right. It's not like the nasty hoarder, and it's not, I mean, the rest of the house is just cluttered like normal people clutter. But it's just like not...
Time for a yard sale?
Time for a fucking house fire. Jesus. Fuck that. Yard sale.
Well, like the barns and shit for...
That's easy recover. Fucking yard sale. That's overwhelming.
Like my dad, he's got just as much shit packed around the barns with all of his antique collectibles and crap, and it's just like, someday. And then like after that, I was like, man, I've got like crap in my garage I haven't touched in years. I'm gonna find the titles and just sell some of that shit.
You should. You should sell your dad's shit. Talk him into selling it, or sell it and split it for like a profit, or just say, hey, listen, you gotta sell this shit because if you guys get hurt, you guys get old, and you guys get decrepit, and you go to a nursing home, they're gonna fucking take it all. And be like, I will have no say. I won't be able to have it.
So funny story about that. He bought more shit last weekend.
Get rid of your show, man.
He dumped like
the fucking nursing home's gonna take it all.
He dumped like $4,000 on another antique tractor. I'm like, cool. I want to just dump $4,000 randomly on something that doesn't run. That's just gonna sit there because you had the A and C model and now you have the B model. I want to do that. That sounds like a great way to spend money in a totally responsible manner.
Right.
Says the guy that put back 2 shirts to buy a transformer last night.
Jesus. The
Priorities, damn it.
nursing homes can go back several months or even a couple years and take homes and shit like that. If they put it in your name and they go to that nursing home like a year later, they'd be like, oh, you only got rid of it a year ago and you put it in your
When my grandfather, my dad's dad.
That's a shit show.
When my dad's dad, when he went in the nursing home, he had plenty of money set aside to cover the costs. And they still tried like hell, even though everything was paid up. They made sure that all of his bills from the nursing home were paid, like, you know, in cash. And the nursing home still tried to go back and take his farm and all that other shit. And they're like,
fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, secret things that nobody realizes. Like, that's how nursing homes make most of their fucking money, is by taking estates.
Jesus.
I really swear, like, most people, if they have, like, a retirement, because they're usually like, oh, it costs, like, they say it costs $1,000 a day sometimes for how does it cost $1,000 a day to feed some old person 3 meals and pay for their fucking caretakers? I get it, the care is expensive, but if everybody costs let's say they take the retirement pay, which you know what, I don't know that they take the retirement pay, because I've had patients that have had money, so I don't know where they get their money from. I don't know if family gives them money or if they get a portion of their money and maybe they allow them to have money to spend. Because I had a patient who would stop every time on his way in from a dialysis and get some money and want to order a fucking pizza, a whole ass pizza. It's like, I wonder we have 400 fucking pounds, buddy. And then there would be, well, there's one, he's got his PlayStation and games in his room. But he says he don't ever have any money, and then like he vapes a lot. But he says he usually gets the people to buy it for him. Like sometimes his caretakers will buy it for him.
I don't know. It's like my grandma, when she went to the dementia ward, same thing. She had a ton of money.
Everything of hers.
Well, she'd had, like, when my grandpa died, she had pretty much taken care of everything that she had that was hers. She'd either gave it to my mom, That's when the grandkids got her inheritance, which is weird. And basically, she lived in my aunt's house for the last 5 years of her life because it was in my aunt's name.
Okay.
And she had plenty of money, and, there wasn't a damn thing that the old folks home could do at that point because, it was just being paid.
Right.
And really, that's kind of like a goal for, like, my old senile ass someday. Maybe.
So to give all of your shit away and just sponge off of other people, so when you go to the nursing home, you're like, ha! You guys get nothing! You get dick!
My fucking kid and my family, they get that shit. You get nothing, you fucks, except to wipe my fat, old, hairy ass.
I hope I don't ever have to go in a nursing home.
Yeah, I feel like I should just work out and then be really, like, healthy and do whatever.
Unless your brain starts going, then that's the part.
That's my fear.
I'm just gonna be homeless. Fuck it.
My brain going to a heart
That
attack.
old crazy
Those are my
lady
fears.
that's just like walking around outside, like yelling at people or something.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Makes them all warm.
I feel maybe like
$5 to see a picture of my butthole. $5. You want to see it?
if I'm
Here's a sample.
right.
Here's a sample.
That's what I'll do when I'm like super healthy. Like maybe I'll just like over the years get super healthy. I'll be like all organic, grow my own shit, and then that'll be like the thing. It'll be like, oh, I have everything. It's perfect. It's organic and this and this. And so I've ward off every single type of like ailment that could ever get me sick. No cancer, no chance of this, no chance of this. So then I'm just like, doing my thing, and then someday I just fucking drop dead or die in my sleep, and don't have to worry about.
You can be one of those fucks that lives to like 115 and you outlive your kids.
Yeah, I don't, I mean, at that age, I guess it would be sad that I outlive my kids, but I'd be like, they're old as fuck. I've seen enough, but whatever, But like, I have, I think, was it 120? I was saying I wanted to live to be 120, and someone was like, why the fuck would you want to do that? Because I'd be 19, the 2000, and then 21. Like, it'd be like 3 different centuries I'd be able to live in. And there was a patient that I didn't have him, my coworkers had him, and they showed me the paperwork. This person was 113 years old.
Holy shit.
Their fucking patient was still alive. I mean, probably was a hospice patient or some shit like that.
God damn. I'm planning to live to 103.
If it really 103, why is that?
I don't know. That's
It'd be like really. I feel like that by that time it'd be really cool. But like, I remember a time before the internet because we can already do that now.
Right.
And people are like, what the fuck? I remember a time before computers were anything.
They're like, she's a witch.
And to talk on the phone, it was on the wall.
Right.
And that would sound like absolute asinine, insane shit,
What is it? There's certain things about the generation that, like, there's a whole generation that knows nothing about. Well, pretty much there's a whole generation that knows nothing about life before the internet. That knows nothing about life before cell phones.
It's fucked up. Now I feel old.
That they know nothing. What a tape cassette. They don't know what the fuck that shit is. They don't know what a typewriter is.
Tape cassette, hell, there's a whole generation that doesn't understand the concept of physical media for fucking entertainment. Movies, anything.
Well, I feel like, because a lot of people still like that shit, but they collect records, and some people do like their VHS. So there's like... I think there's enough that has VHS.
Oh, man.
Probably like my kids know what DVDs are.
So that was like something that I could segue into off of that.
So let me introduce this beer first.
Absolutely.
So we're drinking the Platform Dirty Chai Yummy, which is an ale with sweet potato with notes of robust spice, espresso, and fall forward.
That's
whatever the fuck fall forward notes are.
It's fall notes.
Fall flavorings.
Ooh.
And it's delicious because I've already tried it.
That's tasty.
It has a very coffee taste to it, doesn't it?
It's that chai. That is damn good.
It's the espresso.
Ooh.
So what I was going to talk about...
It's like a dirty chai latte in beer form.
Talking about like DVDs and movies and people collecting shit. So
sippable.
Like fucking Warner Brothers lately have been like doing some of the douchiest shit. Whoever the hell's in charge of them right now has decided that it is more profitable to cancel projects and destroy them. So there was for their streaming app, whatever the hell their streaming app is currently, I think Paramount Plus is what they're in. Some of their stuff's on there. They had shot this entire fucking Batgirl movie. This whole movie of Batgirl, everything's done. It was in editing. Basically, edit it, add the special effects, and kick it out the door. They decided that it would be more profitable to take a tax break. This entire movie they filmed, $100 million, $200 million movie, they shelved it and then completely deleted everything off their servers to prove that it's gone for tax purposes. And they're taking a tax write-off on it. And it will never be released. There's been a few things that they've been pulling from their streaming service. There was some Aquaman cartoon I've never seen, but apparently they pulled and cut that the other day, and they've just been slowly going through.
Were they paying for it to have it on their stream?
They own the streaming service, they own it. They're just pulling it and destroying it because apparently there's some tax credit out there if you get rid of stuff out of your catalog and get rid of it forever, don't sell it to somebody, you get a tax break and a tax write-off.
I wonder.
And they got enough of a tax write-off out of that Batgirl movie that they put, let's say, easily $100 million into, that it was worth it to them to do that.
I wonder why.
It was
is this so people I'm all about the conspiracy theories. So is this so people are used to things being deleted from the world, so just basically we just get rid of stuff so everybody forgets about it, so nobody knows about it, and then they're going to do that with history, and they're going to do that with this, they're going to do that about important shit, so then we have a fucking.
Well, it's not even that. It's that on this shit they were trying to sneak it out of there, but it's nerd related material. Nerds always jump on that stuff.
But see, if they get the population used to the shit being deleted, they'll be like, oh well. They've done away with certain books. They've banned certain books. Disney, they do this. They do this.
Disney on Disney Plus has gone back and re-edited some of their cartoons. There's
racist shit.
Some of it, like Lilo and Stitch. There was some scene where the girl Lilo, somebody was sticking their head in an oven.
Oh wow!
And they cut that scene and edited around it.
Well, that's not so racist.
But
kids don't do fucking stupid shit.
But shit like that, and it was, I don't know. The idea of deleting things, making something and deleting it forever, they even advertised it as something that was supposed to come out, late, this year or early next year. The big shtick with it is that Michael Keaton, he's the guy that played Batman in the 1989 Batman movie. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be back as Batman, so everybody's like, holy shit, Michael Keaton's Batman, this is going to be fucking great.
Beetlejuice, right? Did he play that Beetlejuice suit?
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was Beetlejuice.
And they're just no, delete, gone forever.
That's weird.
Because they decided they would make more money off of it as a tax write-off. And talking about physical media, you can't delete physical media,
Or is that deleting? I'm going to go full on overboard with this, where it's the one that I don't fucking believe. But it's if they get rid of movies with certain actors, and then they get rid of those actors, they recycle them and they clone them, so then it becomes somebody new, so they can have the cloned version, and then everybody forgets about the one, so nobody compares the two look. Oh no, this person is cloned off of this person. I'm going with that.
No.
It's a. I've seen that a lot. They're very fun to watch. There'll be old ass pictures of people, or just certain people that
they're not clones. They're immortals. Get it right, you dumb bitch.
Well, they gotta clone the body.
No, they're an immortal. It's the same actor, same person. They're just living forever, and they're still enacting. They just decided that 75, 80 years after the fact to go back into it when all the people that knew him before was dead.
They clone them, and then I don't know the exact thing, but it's the clone. They clone them, and then I don't know. I'm just gonna say they freeze them. They clone them, freeze them, then release them, and they sold their soul. So then their soul is now in the new clone. They get to live forever that way. That's a thing that's really out there. I
like my theory that they're just immortal.
That's fair.
But
vampire shit.
Yeah. But in this particular instance,
and then they live off the blood of fucking kids and shit like that, and that's why they keep their youth.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
They keep their youth,
By drinking the blood of the young.
Right, and then that's how they keep their youth, they live forever, but then they have to go into hiding or like, we died, and then, years later, after drinking gallons and gallons and gallons of blood,
after everybody forgets
about them because they erased all of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Absolutely.
Makes perfect sense.
I perfectly think it's just some scummy executive finding a loophole rather than like putting out content because they can't make. Warner Brothers has had a shit time making any good content, like superhero movie content.
So then they get rid of it and then they'll just redo it years later.
They just keep deciding just to keep doing that because, Disney found a formula with their Marvel shit that seems to work and keeps working. Even like 15, 20 years after they started doing all that bullshit.
Right. Well, they had so many remakes of shit and then they redo shit and then have different versions of shit. Like everything is pretty much remade off of shit already, kind of now. Or just the idea is piggybacked off of it. It's like, I kind of like that because there'll be things I've seen in some movies. I've seen that in a different movie. And it's like so cheesy. It's like, that's a cheesy ripoff. I guarantee it's what it is.
It's kind of like, also, how many times have you seen, the same fucking, 3 stories, 5 stories over and over anyway?
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, I would have liked to have seen that Batgirl movie, but the opportunity just like, no, now you can't see it, and they've deleted it, and, the story I read is that basically the director and producer who were in the editing process, there is just some web portal they would go to, log in and get their shit and do their editing. And they went to basically some overseas wedding vacation for a friend, came back, entire project was gone. WWE locked him out of the entire process, locked him out of the editing bay and was like, yep, sorry, we deleted it. Tax write-off. This won't make any money, it's gonna suck.
I think it involves the New World Order too. What did I hear about the New World Order? It's going to be a hybrid. Everybody's going to have one religion. It's going to be a mix of Christianity and Islam. I think that's what it is. Nah. But how are you going to mix that shit? You're going to be like, oh no, we found out the truth. It's actually part this and part this. And it's like, oh no, I've been believing this for years. Oh no, I've been believing this for years.
No, it's just a slow process of just adding things in. Things in. Mm-hmm. Kind of like they do at your job when they start taking things away from you. Like, oh, we need to save money, so we're not going to do this year, and then they never give it back to you.
Right.
It's like that.
I had a friend who, at his job, I don't know what basically they didn't have enough money to continue to pay everyone what they were paying them. So they're like, yeah, we're having tough times, blah, blah, blah. And so they gave everybody, let's say a 5% decrease in their pay. Everybody gets a 5% decrease in their pay, and when things are going good, we do this, blah blah blah, and then things get better, we'll give you the 5% increase back. Well, the 5% decrease, let's just make it easy, a fucking $1. Well, that's 5 cents taken away, but then when you get the increase, the 5% increase, it's not 5%. You're not getting that 5 cents back. It's 5% on that 95 cents. Mm-hmm. So they're not giving you your full wages back, and they still fucked you over.
Man,
this place is whack.
Fucking hate places.
We're talking about that shit. I
hate Earth.
Right.
I used to work for Honda back in the day.
0 out of 0. 0 out of 10.
Suck it, Earth.
Used to work for Honda back in the day, and the greatest thing fucking happened, or aka the worst. Apparently the Honda plants here in Ohio, they gave their employees some bonus or some shit. It was overtime pay calculations. They fucked up and paid them too much. Honda then turned around and took that money back out of everybody's accounts.
Bullshit.
And I'm just
sorry, dude.
I'm just well then, there's a great way to cause everybody to get in a shitty factory job at a shitty time to work in automotives. A great excuse to say, fuck y'all, this sucks, I'm out. And inevitably, some of my friends that still work there, just Facebook shit posting and bitching about it. Then suddenly it got taken down because somebody made a mention that Honda was writing up people for bitching about it online.
Jesus.
That's fucked up.
Because it made the company look bad. I'm going,
well, the company was bad. Fuck them.
They probably had to sign some stupid thing saying they can't do that or something, I imagine.
Non-disclosure shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So that yummy chai shit. is fuck a 5.
I agree.
I have 5 of that shit.
I agree. We didn't do the last one.
So the first
I thought it
yummy,
was a 4.
the first yummy is a 5 for
The
me.
yummy was a 4.
The yummy was a
Oh, the yummy, the both of them I would do.
The
a 5.
yummy was a 5 for me. I really like that sharp taste.
Okay.
This one I'll go 4.5.
I think 4 on the yummy, and I think 5 on this one.
Right. Well, you know what?
I like the sharper, like cleaner taste of the first
What'd
one.
you say, 4?
The first one 5. This one 4.5.
4.5.
This one the flavor was a little bit more muddy to me.
You still on 5 on this one?
I think that last one would be a 4.5 because this one is just a slight bit better. Like they're both really fucking good, but like
the yummy is a 5 for you.
that's all around. We liked it a lot.
Okay.
Dude, these beers are good beers.
Right? I agree.
Right. Kind of makes up for my dull ass beers I had last week. I was not a fan. I mean, like they were goodish, but you know, this week's way.
And I don't
better.
think I said, but the dirty chai yummy is a 7.7%.
Shit, yeah.
Is it stronger than the other
That's strong for platforms.
I think they're both 7.7s.
So I wonder if they were the
Good for you,
same
platform.
same based with some different flavors tossed in for the other one.
Yeah,
Spices or whatever.
that's what it sounds like, yeah.
Good for you, platforms.
I don't think it actually says, it just says
Platforms out of Cincy, right?
espresso.
I think.
Is it?
I don't know.
Cleveland.
I was gonna say Akron.
Yep. I like the designs on this.
Me
Kind of have
too.
like mandalas on there. Mandalas.
Oh, yeah.
Here, grab her other horn.
Jerking my horns off.
Oh, I'm sure if you're home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
How we doing?
Mysterious Verius?
Hell yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was like a headband, not like
No,
Clippies.
it's Clippies. You fucking up a Clippy, man.
fucked up her clip.
Fuck you, Ron.
I remember the Renaissance Festival blue horns you had.
Dude, that's going
Hang-
on right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were hanging from his,
They hung from the fucking rearview mirror for fucking ever.
and I would wear them when we'd go hang out. And then we'd go around, we'd be in public and we'd tell everybody I was horny and they would laugh a lot. We called them the hornies. I wore the hornies and I was the horny and everybody, oh, that's so funny. Oh. They thought it was great. Weird ass people. That looks really good
Okay.
too. Ooh, is it another platform?
Maybe.
I can tell by
I got a variety
the
pack.
top of
I
it.
know. I got a variety pack.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
I figured I'd do them all at once.
Is this like leaves and tobacco? Mm-hmm. Sweet.
So, what is that flavor? I know that flavor.
Ooh. It tastes like a cream soda flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It didn't taste like it the first time I tried it because I've tried this one too.
Chocolate.
Cheating on us.
I'm thinking chocolate.
There's some chocolate in there.
It's
Ooh,
like
is this a s'mores?
It is a s'more.
Hell yeah.
So, s'mores yummy.
Hell yeah.
So it's sweet potato
Nice.
with notes of fall spice, cacao, and marshmallow.
I
Okay.
could taste it.
That's what
After
I
I
was
said
getting.
s'mores, I was like, I taste that
Oh.
marshmallow shit because it was like
And then
vanilla-y, and I could definitely taste the chocolate. Because even when I said it tasted like a cream soda, I was like, I'm tasting chocolate. That's really good. And then
not
like
bad.
when you said it was a variety pack, because I guess it was a platform, I was like, oh, it's got to be a fall festive shit. I gotta get this. I gotta get this variety. I don't drink at all ever on my own.
I think I got this in Versailles.
No, it's gonna be everywhere. It's probably gonna be
Probably,
the Kroger.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's good. I like the chai the best of the three.
I think I like this one the best.
You do?
The straight one, the straight yammy is pretty good, but this is just a good relaxing flavor, like sit back fire kind of a thing.
Right. See, this is delicious, and
The
I
straight-
like it.
The straight yammy tasted like something I should be drinking with like my Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
This one feels like I should be drinking an extra campfire.
Right. I feel like. So this. I mean, even it's like super good. Like I would give them all a 5, but it's just like that. The chai is like just noticeably better enough, and this like it's like a 4 or a 4.5.
This is?
Yeah, but I'll probably give it a 4 because I feel like I would. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just. It would be a 4, and it's not really a lot less than the other one because I'm thinking, like, if I drink this, and I'd be drinking it, let's say, like, oh, I'm going to drink this, and it's going to be like. I wouldn't want to continue on with this flavor for very long, but the more you drink, the like easier it is to drink something, even if it's gross.
This is one of those that a can, maybe a flight would be fucking perfect for it.
Mm-hmm.
But just to sit down and drink it, I would get bored after 2 cans.
What are you giving it?
4 or 5.
4.5?
Yes. I would still say that like the regular base Yummy though, that one's still the best in my opinion. Except that one I could see sitting down and drinking with a meal.
See, I'm into the whole coffee flavor thing, so
right.
That's why that's my favorite. I just like, I don't know, something about it gives me like a nostalgic feeling or something. So.
Yeah, it's like really weird. It's got the right coffee flavor. It's especially if you're just sitting drinking like this, like you're just chilling, having a good time. It's kind of like, ooh, it's like reminiscent of me enjoying my morning coffee, but yet I'm relaxing and I don't have to get up and get going. I can just pass out and go to sleep.
So is there any other flavors in this pack?
No, it was just the 3.
Like I'm feeling like these 3 plus like one more sitting, in the brewery having a flight would be a fucking perfect ass evening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you have? A cranberry?
Like a pumpkin maybe?
Nah, I don't want a pumpkin. Cranberry be good. Bourbon barrel something or other.
Let's see, because like a pumpkin would be too close to the yummy. What else is another fall flavor? Because that's what kind of like I was tasting the sweet, I was tasting the chocolate, and I'm like the cream soda. I was like, that's marshmallow flavored. I was like, there's something here, and I'm like, it's like a fall pack,
like a candy corn. Ugh. Or like a
caramel corn. I think a popcorn flavored beer would be gross.
Dude, I bet that would be amazing.
Buttery.
Like the popcorn.
Kettle corn.
Flavored jelly beans were the fucking best.
Yeah, they were good.
So like, why wouldn't a popcorn flavored beer? Dude, is there a popcorn flavored beer out there?
Oh, shit. I wonder if there's a popcorn flavored liquor.
Yeah, there's going to be a popcorn flavored liquor. I don't know about a beer.
Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Oh, dude, I just thought of something.
Popcorn?
Another.
It would be a smoked corn, a smoked something. What the fuck?
I love smoked beer. Man.
I do, and I've only ever had one, and people think it's gross. And I don't know why.
Boom Chicka popcorn ale.
Oh, I'm sitting on my phone. God damn it, Missy, you dumbass.
I'm gonna find a popcorn beer.
So I'm Googling the platform beer company just to see what they have on tap right now, and Google popped up. It's like, first questions. Are we allowed to bring dogs here? And it says, it's a great place to bring a dog. If it wasn't in Cleveland, me and Charlie in a heartbeat.
Why, you can't go that far?
He would get fucking like all anxiety ridden in the car that far.
Oh, he doesn't like it in the car.
Dude,
not that far.
Take him a little bit, go out and go here, give him some treats, give him his doggy CBD.
You can bring him over here, man.
Like the
I'm into Charlie.
I'm into Charlie too.
They're that freaking crook handle. They get crook handle open there in town. You want Charlie into me? No, I don't want Charlie into me.
No, she said we like him better than you, and it made me think. I was picturing Charlie sitting here and then Ron sitting on the floor next.
Which I think we've told him that before. Like we love his dog more than we love him.
Probably.
Charlie's like, bye. What do you want?
The dog would be the host wearing a Transformer shirt and shit, and Ron would just be like sitting on all fours on the ground.
A bow tie though, because he'd be cute in a bow tie.
Hell yeah. Charlie in a bow tie, Ron sitting on all fours on the ground.
I have that, thank you.
Oh my god.
Charlie's a big fucking whore, man. Like when I went and stayed over my parents' house, I forgot to say goodbye to him, tell him I wouldn't be back.
Oh.
And according to my daughter, he just like
you fucking abused him.
He neglected. She was like sleeping on the couch with him, and like he just kept like whining, and she like kicked him off the couch. He walked around the house like 15 times looking for me before he finally found a spot to just flop.
You should have called me. Like she'd be like, yeah, my dad's a dumbass, and he fucking neglected the dog, and he didn't say bye. And I'd be like, I'll go over there, I'm gonna love on him. And I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking take him to Cleveland and go drink some beer with him.
Yeah. Missy would take him to Cleveland.
Hell yeah.
Beer.
That's right.
So, I was gonna tell this story because I forgot about it, but somebody at work posted that meme where it's like a bunch of vegetables sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna be in a salad, I'm gonna do this, and then the cucumber's like, I wonder what I'm gonna be, and then it shows them in like a tight space, and you're like thinking probably like a bubble or something. But he posted that, and then I was like, ooh, I have a meme that goes with this, so I had to like comment, you know, and it was like when you're making a salad for your family. And while you're cutting up the cucumber, you realize you remembered you put it in your butthole 2 days ago or something. So I put that on there. And then like another guy from work comments on it. He's like, note to self, do not eat salad that Ariana brings to work, you know? And I was like, that's cool because I was going to bring a lovely veggie tray or something, you know?
Next week when we record, when we have dinner, cucumber sandwiches is what she's going to make us.
I'd be alright with that. You know,
the other day we were
don't put it in your butt. I'm not cool about the butt. She's gonna put it in her butt. Son of a bitch. Like this fucking sandwich tastes like shit.
So we were like working in a different area, and the guy that commented on it comes walking out of the bathroom because we were kind of standing over by the bathrooms, and he like comes walking out. And he's like, hey guys, don't eat anything. Any kind of vegetables that she brings to the carry. And I was like, hey man, I have a veggie tray down there. You want to go down there and get food?
That's so funny.
It was fucking funny though.
What are you fucking doing?
Are you bored?
No.
Are you bored? Are you fucking interneting?
I am trying to slowly but surely load what's on tapped at platform right now to see what else they have that would pair with the Yammies.
Yeah, okay, also guys, this one was a 7.7%.
Nice.
So all three of them
getting trashed.
Getting trashed on the butt plug.
That's right.
Hazy Jude, Odd Future, Mooney, Sun Surfer, Don't Get Me Tarted.
I like it. I like it.
It's one of their sour. Breezy, Pink Martian, Martian Pride.
The Martian Pride. Oh yeah, that was actually kind of good. I did not like the Pink Martian. Well,
I don't know if I've had that.
We had a red Martian. I had a red Martian at least, and I think I had a blue one. I did not like the either of those.
Blackberry Crush.
It's called Blackberry Cooch.
There's a Cooch.
Yummy.
That's a style. Ohio's for lovers, so that probably tastes like shit.
What's it called?
Ohio's for lovers.
I mean, Farmhouse Ales Saison.
Yeah, it's probably okay. It's under their sours. Easy drinking, Pilsner, pills.
Ushi?
Seasonals. There's what I was wanting to see. Okay, so the Ammies are seasonals, and they have a raw racer.
Brauriser.
And it's just a Marzen.
I don't even know what a Marzen is.
But
so the Yammy is a pumpkin yam.
Yeah, yam.
They're calling the s'mores a pumpkin yam and the dirty chai a pumpkin yam. So that's on Untapped.
Yeah.
Funky Bubbles.
Blackberry lime. That's their seltzers.
That's good. That's all good. Ooh, a juiced shandy apple pie. That would go good with it. That would be
perfect. I didn't think about apple.
So
apple cider,
caramel apple.
Went through Starbucks this morning.
Caramel apple. That's the holiday right there.
Fuck yeah.
It's the trifecta, but it's the quad. The quadfecta, is that a thing?
Quadfecta, sure. It is.
It isn't. Yeah, we're
coined the term.
Quadfecta, bitches. Quadfecta.
Went through Starbucks with the kid earlier, and they had like a caramel apple something or other on the menu. I was like, ooh, that looks good, but I didn't want to get too caffeinated before I did this shit.
Well, I wouldn't want to get too caffeinated that late at night.
I'm
one of those people that are old now that caffeine does affect me, but it's just a whole lack of sleep thing. I've been doing yoga, and I think the only thing I can really blame is the fucking yoga, and I don't think I've really done anything else. I can go to bed late, and I'll be waking up at like 4:45, and I'm kind of more so wide awake, and then like I can't even attempt to fall back asleep, and Larry gets up at like 5:30, and I hear him go through the house. But if it's going to take you 45 minutes to eat, like I don't even get tired in that time. It's just like, so then when he comes through, and then I'm wanting to try to get up at like 6, and then I just say fuck it, I'm going to reset my alarm clock for 6:30. I swear. I know at 6, I look at my alarm clock or my phone at 6, and it'll be like 6:15, and within that last 10-15 minutes, that's when I start to fall back asleep. It really pisses me off. It's like, for fucking real. I lay in bed for almost 2 hours before I start, about an hour and a half before I actually start getting tired again. It's like, I'll sleep 4 hours.
The last,
sleep
like,
5 hours.
That's about what I do every night.
like,
And I used to be a 4 hour, but I need to have, like, 6 is good for me.
Yeah.
5 is, like, not enough.
I usually get about 5, but usually like 6 or 7 is usually about perfect. But my problem seems to be I get home from work and then I'm like, I'm like fucking aimless for a while. Like I need to do all this stuff, but I don't know where to start. And I'm like staring at the wall for a minute and I lose track of time. And next thing I know, it's like 8:30. And then I'm like, oh shit, I got all this stuff to do. And then I can get it done like bam, 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 bam. Like as soon as it's like I'm on a time crunch, it's like I can get shit
you
done.
To work under pressure.
I can fucking move worlds. And like
me too.
when I'm under pressure, I'm like bam, bam, bam. I can get all kinds of shit done. And then I end up going to bed really late.
Right.
And I'm like, that's what the thing is. Like, I hear people talk about how they lay in bed or whatever, and they're like, I can't go to sleep. I'm like, it's because you're just going to bed too early.
Right.
That's all it is.
or me, it's like, do you ever feel yourself, what they call it? They call it like it's revenge. You stay up late, and you're like, it's a revenge thing. I forget what they're calling it, but that's part of the term. And so you're staying up late because of all the like, basically, you know, your job sucked up this much time, and then this, and then this, and then this. All sucked up this much time, so you're like, fuck it, I'm going to stay up late so I can have the time to enjoy. And I'm just not going to sleep very much. And then, like, so basically, you're trying to get revenge on your day for fucking you over because you didn't enjoy your day. like that's a real thing. And I'm like, I sometimes have myself do that. I'm like, yeah, I fucking did that.
So since I stayed over at my folks Friday night into Saturday, it like completely fucked and just reset my ability to sleep. And I've slept great. I've gone to bed actually early the last 2 nights and slept and woke up right before my alarm clock. And unlike that normal wake up before my alarm clock, I'm like, you fucking bastard, you're going to go off in 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
So basically you had to go home to mommy and daddy to get good sleep?
I got a reset. But I woke, the last couple of days it's been like, well, I'm awake. I'm not tired. It's 10 minutes, the alarm's going off. Well, time to get up and do shit. And it's like the weirdest damn feeling because I haven't even wanted like my morning coffee to make me exist.
Nice. So off topic, and it's just something I've been trying to put in here, but we just kept talking, you know. So you know how like you say like you'll have something, you'll think of something, then you get like an ad or you do this, you know, you have this or this conversation. And it's like, I feel like that happens to me a lot too. The weirdest thing, so when I talked about Mr. Conrad and then Rusty
Open your phone
and
so
Andy.
Facebook's open.
Well, no. But it's really funny because like I just happened to like look at my phone or whatever for whatever reason. And so I got a message from Kelly. She was like, she basically was asking what Andy's last name was. Which is really funny. She was like, what was Andy's last name?
What do you do?
Davidson.
Oh.
And so it was like, he was the one that yelled Mr. Gonad. Let's talk about that dude for years. I haven't,
That was weird.
And then I fucking talk about it and like less than an hour later. What was Andy's name? Or Andy's last?
Dude, I get that with people all the time.
I know. And there's something there. Like it's like the shinin', it's the shinin'.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the, like, something about coincidences are not coincidences, and it's the universe trying to speak to you. And it's like, what is the universe trying to say to me on that? It's like,
It's trying to say go find Andy. Blow him a kiss.
no.
The universe is telling me to do dirty things.
Okay. Well, for me, it's see, like that. The universe is not telling me to try to find Andy because Andy is no longer alive. I don't think the universe wants me to go dig him up.
Maybe it is Halloween season.
Maybe you need to reanimate him.
Oh my god. That would be amazing and funny and not amazing. And there's so many cool things about that. Maybe it's not so much about reanimating Andy, but it's a thing of like the universe is trying to tell me to do mass witchy sorcery.
Maybe. Dude,
just home into my powers. Like, and I fucking got this shit. And do all kinds of witchcraft.
Maybe there's like something about him that you're supposed to see in yourself, or something about him that, like, I don't know, you're supposed to remember for some reason.
Right. So I could see that. I'll go with that. There's something that's like supposed to. I wonder what she's gonna say about him.
So I had to sit with him like throughout school because our names were next to each other. So like he was like always obsessed with Aerosmith.
Was he?
He always had Aerosmith cassette tapes in his desk.
That's
like
funny.
in 5th grade, we sat right next to each other. You know, I think the desks were like, it was like doubles, you know? It'd be
Oh,
like
yeah,
two desks. And I was with him, and like he always had Aerosmith cassettes in his desk.
That's so funny. And I almost kind of think I remember you saying something like that.
Aerosmith and I think Creedence Clearwater. Maybe.
I remember him being obsessed with Creedence Clearwater because he would always he would say weird shit, and he would like always like yell out lyrics to that song, and he would always like yell out Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Oh, so funny.
He was a good friend of mine.
Yeah, it's really funny because you said that. I was going to say, really? Like, like, how'd you know Andy? I remember him on a field trip somewhere. And he was like,
a good friend of mine. That's all I remember that song.
I remember this field trip. He was telling Brandon Groff that his pastor's name was Gaylord. And Brandon laughed so hard he fucking cried. And just tears are just fucking running down his face. He's like, dude, my pastor's name Gay, and I thought he was making it up. I'm like, Gaylord, for real, Gaylord. Like, you just fucking made that shit up. That's a real name.
I am your Gaylord.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you don't see that that's fake, and he's like, I'm serious. It's like, you're a liar.
And, like, I remember when I first started working in factories and like the big cardboard boxes.
Yes.
The like really big dunnages. There was like a brand of them that was called Gaylord, and everybody's just like, yeah,
Gaylord. Yeah, that's what we yeah.
And it was just
Gaylords.
like, and when I first heard that, I'm like, really? That's the name? Yeah, Gaylord. I'm like, seriously, Gaylord. It's not like just the big box. Nope, it's a Gaylord.
You know what's really funny?
Hey, your mom's a Gaylord.
I don't think that ever crossed my mind. I was just like, Gaylord. I just never, I don't know.
Gaylord's
which is really weird.
Gaylord's big cardboard box.
But that
Gaylord's big box.
Totally reminds me of Beavis and Butthead, which on the Paramount Plus, they have new seasons. So there's like a whole new season of Beavis and Butthead. Like, I don't know, I think I watched 9 episodes the other day.
Did you watch the new movie yet?
I did. It's a pretty good one. I like it. It's
Paramount Plus. I'm not paying for shit.
It's funny because it's like
Neither am I.
It's
I have it, but I'm not paying
current.
for it.
It's current. So it's like current event type shit. In the movie, they so they even do it in the show. So you have Beavis and Butthead like as their teens and they're doing their stupid shit they do, and then there's like a handful of episodes where they're adults and they have their adult shit that they're doing and it's them as an adult. And every time they have the adult episodes, they have the future Beavis and Butthead from another planet, which it's them, but they're kind of alien-like, and they're like
smart Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, that's what they are, smart Beavis and Butthead, and they're pretty smart, but then sometimes they're stupid. It's like, good God, they evolved to be that. Like, they're kind of dumber than I am sometimes, and so it's like. It's funny because then they have smart Beavis and Butthead, and they talk about the future Beavis and Butthead. So basically, it's like they are so they're going by there's multiple timelines and it's linear. Your timeline is linear, and there's like alternate realities and the multiverse type shit. So that's what they're kind of going through. There's smart Beavis and Butthead, the old school Beavis and Butthead, and then the old Beavis and Butthead. But it's all because it can exist because you can go from
multiverse shit.
You can go from old Beavis, like teenage Beavis and Butthead, to smart Beavis and Butthead, back to old ass geezer Beavis and Butthead, and then teenage Beavis and Butthead again. So it just bounces back and forth, and it's pretty cool. And there's like it's pretty funny. Like I'm like laughing my ass off because it is as dumb as the old shit, but it's new, and I feel like So a lot of movies that I laughed at and thought was, oh, this is a great fucking movie, and you go back and watch it, you're like, this movie's stupid. Why did I ever like it? You know, it almost seems like those old Beavis and Buttheads would be like that, and like the new ones. It is not. It is the same old sense of humor, but it's funny. As I remember, they tried to make some new Beavis and Buttheads like a handful of years ago, and they were kind of funny, but they were like a different type of humor, like slightly different. And it wasn't as funny as the shit that they're doing now, like the new
You gotta wonder
now.
with that shit, like, what was the process? Because they already knew that other one came out and it kind of sucked.
It did.
That's why it didn't last. You gotta kind of wonder, like,
There's like 4 episodes or something.
like the people that are running it now, like, what their thought process is, and they're like, are they like super Beavis and Butthead fans that like eat, sleep, live, and die Beavis and
Might
Butthead?
still be Mike Judge.
Or, you know, is it like...
I'm gonna give that a Google.
It's one of those kind of things where it's like, is it fanboys doing it and they know what the fuck the fanboys want? Because there's like a two-edged sword that, because it's what the fanboys want or what one fanboy wants.
Right. Let's see. Beavis and...
Ron, you need to put some lotion on your elbows.
I hate crusty elbows.
I do.
It's fucking bothersome. Who does the new episodes of Beavis and Butthead?
Just throw me in your basement hole and just throw bottles of lotion in
I'm
the
going
It's-
to.
Has no interest in Beavis and Butthead riding on the coattails of nostalgia. He wants his new Paramount Plus series to stand on its own with an excellent and hilarious storytelling. Second revival of pop. It's my judge.
Okay, so it is still him.
Because the voices are very right on it, and the artwork is all very on it. And I figured it was him. So, but it's funny because he's like he has no interest in them riding on the coattails of nostalgia, but it's nostalgic, but it's current times. Like
Like they just started making a whole nother season. They just took a break.
yeah, that's literally what it is.
It looks at it.
I guess they're not referring to old seasons or stuff like that. Like
They're not like, hey, Butthead, remember that time like 30 years ago we did this thing?
right. Like let's say it was when they did it's not a reboot, but when they did the new Roseanne and shit, and then they mentioned shit. They didn't mention shit prior, but they're like, let's mention that blah 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 this, and then now we're this. It's like they just kind of, it was nostalgic versus it's just got the same old sense of humor. But they said something here. It says Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge on Paramount Plus series Secret Message. What's the secret message? It's Hollywood Reporter. Come on, Hollywood Reporter. Let's see what we're doing.
Yeah, get your shit together.
Mike Judge explains why Beavis and Butthead won't drop F-bombs in new series and reveals secret message. They did say fire, though. There was an episode, so it's really funny because so when they do the beginning sequence and it's like has that music, there is, so they have the gold around their heads and it's normal. It's like a little bit better. And so it's almost like they're fancy frames instead of just like the circle that's around them. So it looks a little bit nicer, and it's really funny. So when they do like the old of them, it's like old them in the circles. And then there was the one where the episode, it was Beavis and Fire. It didn't even have Butthead in it, and it was Beavis and then Fire inside the circle. So it was like Beavis and Butthead, but it was like Beavis and then it was named Fire, and it was like kind of, but it was all about fire. And Beavis was messing with Fire, and he was like doing shit. Like Fire was telling him to do shit, and it was like he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go do this now," and then he's like trying to make Fire happy by doing all this stupid shit.
Well, it was like back in the day. There was an episode where they had fire and like somebody
The
birthed it.
fucking little girl. Beavis and Butthead told me to. They didn't, you stupid bitch. Fuck you.
Like the parents
Try a
blamed the
crackhead now.
The crappy parents blamed the TV or something, and media called it and rolled with it, and there was like a big excuse. And they couldn't say fire, and they had to like censor or get rid of the episodes that had that.
And then so he would be like, liar! Wire! And he would say that shit. So let's see. Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead, Coattails, Nostalgia. Excellent, hilarious storytelling. Second revival, dim-witted teens, between stories, but so yeah, it's really cool because they have some videos like a little bit of music, but most of them are like
They like.
Vines, TikTok type shit, little YouTube things.
I saw a preview online where they were like talking. Some chick was doing like an ASMR video, and they were like sitting there talking about like one of them was getting a boner. And he's like, "Shut up, you're ruining it."
Yeah, it is really funny. Like it's current time shit, so it's not all like you're not getting a lot of music videos these days. Mm-hmm. You're getting the fucking YouTube, the all that shit. So yeah, and it's really funny. So yeah, they poke fun of viral content from YouTube, TikTok, Hush.0. The judge, important aspect, bringing Beavis and Butthead has changed slightly. They do have a flat screen TV. It says it right here, but I've noticed that they have a flat screen TV.
Well, like in the Beavis and Butthead movie, they like
got their TV ruined.
They got like their whole house ruined and whatever, and all the shit that happened in it at the end of the thing. They were like, the government rebuilt their house and gave them like a new TV.
Yes. And so it says that they won't be dropping F-bombs, but I could almost swear that somebody said fuck on one of their videos, but it wasn't them. Like, I might be wrong. Because I was like, it seemed like not a lot. It wasn't South Park crude, but there was a lot more crudeness. I was like, yeah, they definitely upscaled. Like, they're pushing, not really pushing, but they're taking advantage of what they're allowed doing for like the editing and the like the what you call it,
well, streaming shit's got different rules than like network television shit,
right? But basically they're taking advantage of that.
I mean, they could totally get away with saying whatever the hell they wanted, but in the same breath it wouldn't be Beavis and Butthead if they're like, goddamn motherfucker, shut the fuck up, you know,
right? Stupid
fart hole, bunghole. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe some of the names they said was like different and the Porky's Butthole Answering Machine tape shares terrifying 90s complaint that made MTV get him a bodyguard. What was it?
Nostalgia.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, the era we live in is great because if there's anything out there with any sort of a fanboy nerd following, even to the slightest degree, somebody who owns a streaming service at some point owns it, and they will bring it back. And most of the time they do justice to it. If the fan base is strong enough, there are times where it's just like, no, fuck it, and it'll come and go and you'll never hear about it because the internet and the fanboys will rip it to fucking shreds.
Right.
So that's why a lot of the stuff you see now is pretty damn well put together.
I think they did good. You got the fan base. There's...
It's like, what the hell is it? There is a remake of Quantum Leap that started last week or this week, and I haven't heard shit about it.
Is it the same dude or a different?
Nah, it's some different dude. But I'm sure they could throw a cameo of...
I wasn't sure. I thought for a minute
they could throw a cameo episode in. No, he's still around. But they'd have a completely different actor, and it's a whole different series. The guy that played Al died. But, like, I haven't heard shit about it, and I'm just like, I bet that sucks. It's on Peacock. I don't have Peacock. I don't have any, like, don't even have, like, a network channel around here that is it NBC anymore? Throwing her hairy balls at me.
Did. I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want it stuck to me. It was already stuck to me.
But, long story short, the reboot Quantum Leap probably sucks.
It probably does.
Because there would be some kind of buzz about it. I haven't heard any buzz.
I feel like reboots suck sometimes, most times. But continuation, like just years later, are pretty cool.
It's kind of like everything that Paramount's been doing with the new Star Trek stuff lately. It's pretty much been, they found their fucking stride and has been pretty much gold. Was it new series Star Trek Strange New Worlds when it hit? It like broke the record for anything that had ever shown on that streaming service ever. And because of that, that show's been renewed pretty much to infinity now.
Ariana.
Sorry, I'm tired today.
I saw it in her eyes. I was like,
Alright, so do you want to end it, see you on that old lady? Because I'm rambling at this point. I've had 4 beers. I'm
We're
working my
past
free beer.
time.
And
Okay.
it's just, Ariana's a timekeeper now. She's like, chop, chop, motherfuckers.
She's like, this is stupid shit. I'm done.
I'm the Strobing bomb.
Wait.
Oh.
She's got to get louder a little. This is your week hosting. You got to start it.
Wait,
You're hosting this
did we
week.
learn anything today?
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
What did we learn?
Ron's a nerd. I didn't learn he was a nerd. I fucking know
We
that.
already knew that.
Yeah.
I learned that I like these.
Sweet.
I like them too.
My cool.
Or your fake like stitches, because I was like,
Yeah.
it was like she was wearing shoes and pants earlier, and I was like, saw just this little bit. I'm like, did she
You can see
draw
my
it?
underwear.
And I was like, did she draw?
We probably won't be able to see it in the GoPro, but we can totally see it on Ron's computer.
I can see
Fat.
your vagina.
He's got fat material now that he's taking home with him.
Anyway, I
I
was
noticed that like earlier, and I was like, I could totally do the Sharon Stone maneuver, but I'm like, I don't think it will be in the GoPro.
Anyway, I thought you drew on your legs earlier stitches. It's like, what the fuck did she do? Did she hurt herself? Did she draw on herself?
Nope. Nope.
There, say
It's a
there.
Goodwill special. Hell yeah, baby. Absolutely.
Anyway, Ariana, did you learn anything?
Not that I can think of. My brain dead. My brain is mush right now.
My brain dead.
My brain dead.
me brain dead. No think. Okay, you started.
TheStrobingButtPlug.com.
Like, subscribe, share. What episode was this?
Check you later.
Oh shit, did we even say what episode?
No.
It's like 66, I think.
Damn, Ariana.
Episode 66.
Check us out. Episode 66. Wait. 66.
Yeah.
Three
Bye-bye.
more tonight.